Hello, hello.
Hello.
Welcome to our live readings on Thursday. As per usual, we'll just have a little wait and see who joins. People might be away, as you said, because it's half term, isn't it?
I think it still is this week. It was, yes, because it was bank holiday on Monday, wasn't it? So they might be. So it might be a bit quiet, but we'll see. We'll see if anybody comes along.
Exactly. Because it's half term, it also might mean people will have more time, so maybe they will join. If you're watching from my Facebook group, as usual, just please remember to put your name by your message next to your message, because otherwise we won't know who you are. It will just tell us that it's a Facebook user. And we're doing Oracle Angel Tarot cards reading today. If you have a question, let us know. Yeah, I think that's that, really.
Yeah.
So I have. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I might pop the link in, I think streamyard.com/Facebook. I think that's the link for people to go on to. Yeah, it is, to give them permission.
If you have the link, yeah, because last time I shared it and then I'm pretty sure I saved it, to share it again, but I don't actually know where it is. So
I've got it. I'll pop it in the comments, so if anybody comes on live, they can see it there. But I used that the other day on somebody's Facebook group. They said, "Oh, we've got StreamYard. If you want to give them permission to see your name, use this link." And it's the link I've just used.
You're stuck.
I did it, and it didn't work.
Did it not?
No, so it didn't work the other day, but I'll put it in there because normally it does. I have used it before and it's worked. So we'll see. If not, we'll just get people to pop their name in.
Yeah, and I think it kind of, for those that maybe would like to be a little bit anonymous, then it gives them the chance to, not be visible on YouTube, I suppose. I just thought they can, so if that's anybody's preference, they can join my group and then post questions from there. But yeah, otherwise I think, by the way, any messages that we send, they go out on YouTube only, I think, Mel.
So well, that's completely pointless then, isn't it? Because we can see who's on YouTube. Oh well, completely disregard that comment then. You just have to tell us who you are.
Yeah,
I wonder if we could pop it in. In the description box for your Facebook group.
Do you have that link? Are you able to send me? Or if you're not on your phone, are you able to just share it from your phone on my group, like as a comment now?
Good idea. In fact, I've got a notification here that you're live. Let me do it on here. Turn that down. Okay, so comment. Please click this link to share your name with.
Welcome to anyone who's watching. Just a little reminder, if you're watching and you have a question, then please let us know in the comments and we'll be happy to pick some cards for you. And we do ask for a question relating to an area of your life, or a specific question that would be best. There we go. Yeah,
I've done it. I've just checked it.
Yeah, see, now it's on there. Mel just posted Mel just commented with a link for those who are joining us through my Facebook group. So if you'd like your name to be visible, then please click that link, and then I think you just need to give Facebook permission to connect to StreamYard. And that's how it basically.
It's not worked though, because I've just tested it, and this is the second time I've tried it out, and it's still saying Facebook user. So I don't know why it's doing that. I had this problem the other day. So if in doubt, if you pop your name next to your question, and then at least we know it's you, and we'll have to look into this a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I clicked allow Facebook access, and it's still showing me as Facebook user. So okay, as long as we've got a first name for people,
yeah,
we'll do it.
And I don't know if that's something to do with you doing that whilst you're live already. Maybe you have to like disconnect and come back again or something like that.
It's worth trying, because it's just literally clicking the link in the comments and clicking allow access. It's worth trying. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one.
But yeah, next time I think I'll put it in the description. So when I schedule the live, I'll just put it in the description, because the description is showing on Facebook as well. And then people will have a link to maybe do that before they join us.
Yeah, it's a shame it doesn't remember it then for every time you go on a StreamYard. But it doesn't do it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Never mind.
Technicalities. Yeah.
So if anybody's watching, we are armed with our tarot cards, although we're not very dangerous, but we are armed. Ready.
Armed with universal messages, and angel love, because I've got my angel cards. And I've got the same ones that I had last week, actually, and those divine directions little ones.
Oh, nice. I did bring another deck with me tonight. I've got my tarot to have tarot readings, but I did also bring this one just in case I feel drawn to use it. I don't use oracle cards as much, but I did bring this lovely deck with me, which is very nice. If I feel like I'm drawn to pull a card for somebody from this deck as well, then I will. But I do generally stick with the tarot.
Do you have the crystal tarot today?
No, I have this one. Gilded Tarot.
Oh yeah, Gilded Tarot, that's it.
Yeah, this is the one that I learnt with, and I really like this. Just realised my ring light isn't on. Let me pop that on.
Do you have one that you tend to use most often?
No, I do mix it up quite a lot. I tend to have a tarot deck that I keep for 2-3 weeks, and I just want to use that, and then I get bored, and then I use one of the others. So no, I've got probably tarot wise, I've probably got about 10 decks. But no, I just go wherever I feel like I'm drawn, and then I obsess over one deck, and then I get bored of it.
That's funny. Yeah. Do you know how many oracle decks you have?
I reckon I probably got, how many? I probably got 35 in total, I reckon, ish, because I have got rid of quite a few. I've sold some, I've swapped some. I don't chuck them away, because there's always somebody that would benefit from them. I've probably got 35 or 40, and more oracle than tarot, because I read tarot traditionally, although I am starting to read more intuitively with the different visualizations on the images. Oracle decks give me something a little bit unique, and oracle decks of course have different subjects, and if I feel like I need a crystal oracle deck one day, I use that. If I feel like I need some angelic guidance, I use my angel oracle deck. And you've got so many different types of oracle deck, but for me, because I read tarot traditionally, the meanings are very similar, even with the different decks, until I dive into what's on the card. And some tarot decks are very traditionally Rider-Waite focused, so they don't really give you any more. So I have more oracle than tarot, but I read more tarot than oracle.
But for yourself, maybe you use more oracle.
Yeah, I use oracle on me more often.
Yeah, that's the thing with oracles, because there are so many. It could be about anything, so it's really difficult to, like, unless you have maybe an idea of what your style is, then maybe it might be difficult to keep like your collection quite you know, I want to say small, but quite, for it not to go too crazy, I suppose. Because if you just want to collect them because of the art and stuff, then there's so many that like
This is
yeah.
what I like though, because you can find something to suit you if you're really into animals. In fact, I've literally got one here. This is the lady that I'm learning animal communication with at the moment, Anita. This is her deck.
Oh,
So
okay.
which is
What is
quite
it
nice.
called?
This is called Animal Communication Oracle Cards. They're very pink. She likes pink. She really likes her colour pink. So they're very girly and really pretty. Other than that, I've just picked the spider.
Oh. Yeah.
They are really pretty cards. So if you love, I mean, look at this one. If you love animals.
Oh, wow. Oh, I like them very much.
Deck, and that one's just the colour in it is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's very pretty. Very
And I like that because you can get something really, really unique that really talks to you. And if you love nature, you get like the Earth Magic deck, or if you love the angels, you get an Angel Oracle deck, and it can be quite a personal experience. Just choosing the deck is quite a personal experience.
It is. What was your very first Oracle deck?
Ooh,
You know?
I know what my first tarot was. What was my first oracle? I know which one it was. It was a Diana Cooper one, or was it Doreen Virtue? I think it's Doreen Virtue, and you've probably got it because it's an angel deck. Very popular one. Is it Healing with the Angels?
Oh, I've heard of it. I don't have it actually. No.
Oh, okay. That was my first one because I borrowed it off a friend and I loved it. And it's a really lovely, gentle deck. And I needed some help at the time. I struggled with it. And I borrowed hers and I loved it. So I bought that one for myself. So it was Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a very well-known. I don't have any Doreen Virtue decks. Well, some. Wait, sorry. One of them that used to have her name but doesn't have it anymore. Because she's obviously been taken off. So it only has Radley Valentine's name. But otherwise, oh no, wait. Oh, sorry, I lie. And then I have one more, but that was a present actually from a friend of mine. Angel Therapy, little cards.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very interesting one because I think Doreen had some sort of an angel therapy course in her day some time ago. And so I'm guessing this deck is kind of like meant to help you within that course.
Okay.
So it doesn't have a guidebook or anything, but it has quite specific stuff on there. Like that I like it, but I still don't know exactly how to use it really. Unless I'm doing a reading for someone, trying to find out maybe their strengths, their gifts, or like purpose, or like career, kind of like if they are within the spiritual kind of realm, working maybe, then it, yeah, that's the only one that I have. But
What was your first?
mine was Wisdom of the Oracle, Colette Barnreed.
Ah, I love her stuff. Yeah. I don't know if have I got that one? Is it a red box?
Yeah,
I've got
like
it.
a scale lady or a balanced lady holding like scales, I think, or something.
I think it's the one. I think I've got that one because yes, it is hers because she also wrote the Spirit Animal Oracle, which I've got as well. And I really like her imagery. In fact, I think I've got 3 of her decks.
Yeah. I think I have just one now of hers, but I did have more, but I ended up not using them in the end. So I sold them off. And I just stuck to this one. But I bought someone as a present her animal deck. Because I knew I think that's gonna be very good for them. As that person doesn't read, oracle cards or cards in general for anyone. So I just thought, but they're very interested in in cards, I suppose, or receiving readings. So I just thought, with a little message with cute animals and stuff would be perfect to have that one.
Yeah, I quite like Animal Oracle, actually. I've got 2, so I don't know if I'd buy any more. The only one I quite like, and I bought it for someone else, is Whispers of the Ocean Oracle. I bought it for her because she loves the sea and the beach and everything turquoise. And I looked at it and thought, oh, I might get this for me as well. I think they do make lovely gifts, Oracle decks, for someone, especially if it's their sort of thing, it's something that they're really into. I think it's a lovely idea for somebody.
Oh, as we're waiting, because I wanted that last week, but then we started getting busy by the time I offered. Would you like a reading, Mel?
Shall we do a reading for each other?
Yeah, I can start today because I got a reading from you.
Okay, sure.
Question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be lovely. Whatever it is that I need to know for my highest good.
Okay. No particular area that you're asking. Actually, in that case, I'm going to start with divine directions because I think that's going to have a message, and then I'll see what the...
Okay, yeah, if you want a specific area or a question, then I can come
If you have one.
No, what I need to know.
What does Mel need to know for her highest good right now? It's interesting because I'm pretty sure you mentioned you got a message like that from somewhere. You have the ground. It's time to ground and center your energy, be truly present in your life.
Okay, yeah.
Let's see what is more there to say about this grounding. See, so now we can see what the strength of that is, what's the heart telling you, and what's the challenge maybe for you in grounding if you're not exactly sure what that means. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so you have quite a lot of love cards. So I feel like that's actually quite a bit to do possibly with the relationship department, and I mean specifically partner, because you have, I mean, that is your strength. You have the romance and connection card. So I feel like that might be relating to, the things that you guys do together, going away together, spending time, right, grounding in nature, and sort of maybe perhaps planning things together as well, and kind of making plans for the future. So I feel like that's really good. Now, you also have the holy love in your heart. So that's just the heart position is usually a bit of a reminder for us, because it's not something that we don't hear because it's in our heart, but we sometimes might not listen to it. But the holy love is about just accepting the love of the universe. It's a card for Archangel Mary, and she is she's basically the feminine, the divine feminine counterpart to the divine masculine. So if anything, I feel like grounding for you, Mel, would be taking care of that side of yourself, maybe a little bit more, if you haven't already. But I feel like it's almost like, I kind of feel like the need for pampering, a little bit of pamper, like, just sort of tending to your body's needs, and just these, the oh gosh, the word is eluding me. It's just like the pleasures of the aesthetics of having something do and feeling pretty and feeling, that kind of stuff, because I feel like that's actually it helps us be in the present. It helps us really be present in our body, because we're going to look after, parts of us in some way. But also you have angelic protection. That's your challenge card. So I feel like with that side, the feminine side of you, and which also includes unconditional love, right? Receiving, especially receiving, rather than giving love. I feel like it's a very protected part of yourself. And perhaps somehow, I feel like it's a puzzle. Like, I don't obviously need to know how that relates to your life, as long as it resonates with you, because it's still about grounding. So I see these activities or ways of being that maybe would be good for you to just pay attention to a little bit more, that will help you ground and be a little bit more present and maybe appreciate something. I honestly don't know exactly what, but I suppose just your surrounding or yourself maybe a little bit more, that will help you just come back to your body a bit more, yeah. And when I keep talking about it, I keep feeling kind of like a appreciation for yourself, appreciation for your body, just because it is, just because it's there, ticking your heart, keeping you alive, and all of these little things. Yeah, so there it is.
No, definitely. And I'm guilty of workaholism. I can't help it. I enjoy it. I do it far too much, and I do it. I get bored, so I just work. I just think, well, I'll just do some work, and I don't spend enough time just being. And I have started to shift that over the last couple of days. And instead of constantly do, I've been like, no, just be. Don't keep doing stuff. But I'm kind of addicted to it. I like getting stuff done. I like starting things, I like finishing things, but I need to just stop doing and just spend more time being.
And even when you're doing, the doing on you, that takes you out of your head, and out of your work. That's just doing because it's like, it's nice, because it's pretty, because it's, it doesn't have to have an end goal or do you know what I mean? It's just for the pleasure of it in itself. Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you very much. So if anybody would like a card reading, please pop your name in the comments and a question that you'd like to ask, and we'll do a card reading.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I often get some sort of a ground message as well.
Yeah, I do quite a lot.
And I just keep thinking, but aren't I grounded now? Better, like, I'm pretty sure I am.
I don't feel like I'm not grounded, because I don't. When you've been doing high energy work and you get all that whooshy feeling, I don't get that very often, because I do spend time doing ground, cleanse, protect, my little ritual. But because I'm always on the go, doing stuff, I think it's more of a centering, focusing, come back to your body, rather than me being away, with my head in the clouds. And I think it's more about that bodily grounding, where you just feel the chair you're sat on, you feel the floor that you're stood on, and you go out and touch nature, tend to your plants, stuff like that. That's very grounding for me, because it's of the earth. So it's not just my little ritual that I do to myself, it's actually doing earthly things, cooking.
Yeah, every day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's very grounding. I hate it. Cooking I like, cleaning bleh.
Yeah.
It is grounding, because you're in your body, and you're cleaning, you're doing stuff with the physical, and I don't spend very much time with the physical. I spend a lot of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I do get that message quite often.
Yeah.
And I do listen to it. I just don't do it enough. I know I don't.
Yeah, what I like doing is exercise, like yoga, even, or just something gentle sometimes. But I also find myself feeling a bit in a rush, I suppose, or maybe not in a rush, but almost just so involved with what's in my head that I'm just like, oh, I don't know, should I do it today? Do I really have time? Because then I might be thinking about what I'm meant to be doing next. And so, but then when I do decide to do it, it's so much better. It really helps me.
Well, I did, just while we're waiting for people to let us know if they want a card reading, I did pull a card for you, and it's this. And it says purity.
Mm-hmm.
This is a card from the Queen of the Moon Oracle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Snow moon, purity. So the image on the card, you've got the moon at the top here, and then you've got snow-covered scene here.
Mm-hmm.
And the message is snow moon, purity. And purity is, clear, clarity, pristine. And snow for me is cleansing. Snow for me is simple. Maybe that's not the right word, but when everything's covered in snow, everything goes quiet, and it sort of brings you back to the present moment. When it snowed, the people don't drive, the cars stop, the traffic stops, the noise stops, and everybody just enjoys their surroundings. And of course, the purity is how pure and clear the snow is. For me, it feels like a message around clarity and a clear direction and clear thought process on something. So the feeling I get when I look at the card, and the lady on the card has actually got something covering her eyes. So I think it's about getting clear vision and clear direction on something where you might have had like a clouded vision. Particularly with the image of the lady where she's got something covering her eyes. It's sort of almost like a feeling of shutting out the noise, coming back to clarity and vision. Like, what's your vision? What's your direction? What's your message? Where are you wanting to go? That's the feeling I get when I look at this card, particularly there. It's like, okay, let's just take time to just shut out what's happening around me and come back to where I want to go and come back to that direction. So I don't know if you've been in fact feeling a little bit scattered recently, or scattered energy where you're like, oh, should I do this? Or I could do that, or should I do this? But this sort of feels a bit like, okay, come back to center, and let's get clear on the direction. That's the feeling I get from the card.
Yeah, no, that definitely resonates, because I do have I think it's still a challenge for me, and I'm kind of like waiting for that clarity, I suppose. I feel like it's an ongoing thing for me. So we've got Eve. Hello, Eve.
Hi,
so
Eve.
Good to see you. And we're good. It's nice to see you. I hope you're good too. For a general. Okay. I'll just get one angel card for you in that case.
Okay. Right. I mean, I'm happy to go first if you like, Kat.
You can go ahead. I have one card, but you can, I'll wait.
Awesome. Right. So, Eve, the first card I pulled for you was from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, and it's not card number 6, which is called Self-Love. I don't know if you can see that clearly there. So, this card has a very clear message around putting yourself first, bringing yourself back to center, focusing on the heart. This lovely lady on the front there sort of looking, she's looking down, so she's looking inwards and she's looking after herself. So if you've been looking after everybody else quite a lot recently, or you've been working, or you've been busy, you've been doing this, you've been doing that, this is a reminder to bring yourself back into center. And there's a lot of pink on the card, which I'm drawn to, which is also connected to the heart chakra. And the number on the card is number 6, which for me represents balance and harmony and peace. It's a lovely number 6 in numerology. So it's about coming back to center. And actually, interestingly, when I pulled a tarot card for you afterwards, I got the 9 of Swords. It's quite a horrific image, actually, on this card. Somebody like being kept awake at night and all these swords hanging over it. They're quite strong images. But basically, the 9 of Swords is where you've been fretting a little bit and you've been worrying and a bit anxious. So what this is saying is come back to center, come back to your heart space, release all of the worries that perhaps you've been sort of like overthinking something and you're feeling a bit stressed out. Release that and come back to harmony and come back to the heart. Because once you've done that, any challenges you're having, any thoughts that bring up a sense of anxiety will be so much easier to deal with when you're coming at them from a place of strength, rather than coming at them from a place of, I feel a bit anxious. So come back into the heart center and focus on that harmony, bringing back that balance and harmony. Oh, yeah, much needed.
Yeah. Okay. So Eve, so the card that I have for you from the angels is a message to take a step back. So I feel like it's a reminder that whatever you might have been stressing or worrying or pushing towards, it's not happening because it's not meant to happen in the way that you're perhaps wanting it to go, or you're expecting, whether you're expecting certain results because otherwise you feel not insecure, but you don't feel safe maybe. Or you feel like you have to do something to feel better. This is a message to just say that it is not the time to be taking those steps. So stop pushing, because things are not happening in the way that maybe you'd want them to right now, because they're not meant to. And there are some other things at play. What if there are other people involved in whatever the situation is? I'm kind of feeling like the message here is that you don't know the full story necessarily from their side, and that's okay. You're not, none of us know the full story of, other people's, I suppose, decisions and ways of being and stuff. So it's just to say, whatever is the way it is right now is because it's meant to be like this. I hope that makes sense. But basically, try not to involve yourself too much. Try not to resolve anything and be too much in the middle. If there's, a situation, whether it's just to do with you or if it has any other people involved, just take a step back and let all the pieces fall to where they need to fall. The message from the divine guidance, it says home. It's time to renovate or change something in your home environment or move home. Now, you don't have to take it so literally. I don't know if you are moving or you're not moving, or you're just feeling, kind of the lack of safety inside, home, whatever home means to you. But with this message, I'm kind of feeling like it's just to say, just focus on daily things, like, whatever you have to do in your home. Maybe do a little bit of decluttering if you can, clear your mind a little bit, so that you're not so anxious or worried about whatever it is that you might be worried about. It's almost like take a step back from worrying. If, and I feel, Mel, you said something about coming back to your center. And just kind of like reducing that anxiety that way, because when you're too much in the future or too much in the past, then you can't really do anything much about those things, right? You've got to be present, and so step back a bit and come back to the present. It would be something that's already happening, Eve, so it's not a situation that you should be too worried that would be coming. So however that resonates with you, it could be just, like I say, related to just how you're feeling internally about you, yourself, and your life, if there are no other people involved.
I don't know if you like using crystals, Eve, but it caught my eye. I've got a piece of rhodonite. Let's see if I can get that. It's so gorgeous. I love rhodonite. It's a lovely little dark pink, like a dusky pink little crystal. But rhodonite connects to the heart chakra, and it just caught my eye as I was talking. So if you do have crystals and you want to use one to connect to your heart chakra, rhodonite is a really good one, but a very popular crystal for the heart chakra is rose quartz. And that's really good at helping you to come back to your heart center. It brings in a lovely sense of self-love. It's a very soothing, gentle energy, which is great for an overactive mind and for anxiety. So if you can get yourself some rose quartz and just sit and meditate with it, wear it about your person as you go about your day, then that can really help you to tune into your heart chakra. Aha, excellent. Good stuff. Yeah, good old rose quartz. I think it's one of those crystals that, it's the first crystal I would recommend anybody get if they're just getting into crystals. So most people if they've got crystals, they've got rose quartz. It's lovely. I've got a massive chunk of it in my lounge. I just sit and hold it sometimes. It's gorgeous. So yeah, that would be really helpful to maybe give it a little cleanse and carry it with you for a few days.
I've got quite a chunk of the rose quartz as well. Actually, you can see it a little bit behind me. It's like,
oh, that's a good chunk as well, isn't it?
It's a good chunk.
I love big chunky crystals. Oh, bless you. You're very welcome, Eve. Yeah, I hope things get better for you.
Yes, you will, even. And what you can do is working on coming back to yourself and just being focused on your daily activities, I suppose, because that's the thing, right? We gotta do it for it to help. I noticed that I often, because I can get myself in a rut a little bit sometimes when I whether it's a worry or something like, I'm not grounded. And we were talking before, Mel, like thinking about what I should be doing, if it's your business, of what I should do here, what I should do there, and thinking about all of these things and not being present in what I'm maybe doing whilst thinking about those things, right?
Yeah.
And then I usually get myself so far that I just get tired at some point. I'm just tired. I'm like, okay, I'm tired now. And that tends to help me to actually be present. I mean, I'm just saying it because I know that it's not easy to do it consciously sometimes, but that's how I think I found to bring myself to the present a little bit more, because I was just actually tired, and I just kind of had to.
Yeah, I get like that. I overthink quite often, which is surprising given the role that I've got and the job that I do. But I am very high mental energy, and I'm sure I've got some sort of ADD. I do flip from thing to thing because I can't just focus on one thing. I have to be juggling a million different things. That's what I thrive on. But I do overwhelm myself sometimes doing that. And it's easy to think, oh yeah, I'll do some grounding work later, but I'll just get this done first. Oh yeah, I'll go and have like a nice bath, but I'll just do this first. And then it's 10 o'clock and I haven't got time then to go and have a nice bath. It's bedtime. And then I've been looking at a screen, so I'm wide awake and I'm alert. So I have to force myself and have a bit of a word with myself sometimes, like, stop what you're doing, go in the bath, put some Epsom salts in, which is wonderful to like relax your body. Once I get in, then I'm like, why didn't I do this days ago? You know, why haven't I stopped? Why haven't I put it to the point of exhaustion before I start to look after myself? It's so easy to think, but I'll just do this and then I'll do some self-care and then I'll just do that. So
Yeah.
It is a constant battle with the mind, just like, all right, just shut up a bit and let me rest. But it's just, I'm too like, yeah, but what about this? What about this? You could be doing this.
Yeah. Our mind really likes the stimulation, so it's, unless we kind of separate ourselves sometimes from our mind and just treat it as a, well, either helpful or an annoying friend, you know, depends on what it's doing. Right? And then we can try and be like, stop it now. You know?
Well, I've got this crystal here on my desk. This is fluorite. It's beautiful. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I love the colour. This crystal helps you to focus. It is constantly on my desk pointing at me to get me to just focus on one thing and stop thinking about a million things to do, because I do have an overactive mind. So yeah, you can get some tools to help. I love crystals. I find them really, really grounding, actually. They do help.
That's one of the things that I'll be working on in my program that I just started now, Reclaim Your Wellbeing. So in that first month that we'll be doing, we'll be learning how to quiet our mind and just observe it more rather than be, you know, controlled by it, I suppose, or managed by it. Yeah. So that will be, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I've been doing some exercises recently. It's the on resetting the nervous system, and in particular the vagus nerve, which apparently it sort of connects to every organ in the body, and that's connected to our nervous system. And there are some really cool exercises. I just had a look on YouTube. There are some really cool exercises you can do, very simple ones, to help you to reset that vagus nerve and to sort of reset the nervous system by just small physical movements. So I've been doing some of that recently. So I thought, I like trying new things out.
Yeah, just writing it down to check it out.
Yeah, VAGUS, vagus nerve. And
Yeah,
you've got loads of really short, simple exercises. These aren't like, you know, like yoga poses where you've got to be really flexible. It's just stuff like moving your head in certain directions, moving your eyes in certain directions. But it helps to sort of reset the nervous system, and it can help if you're feeling a bit like anxious and stressed and you've got lots of things to think about. The results have been quite good for me.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? I noticed that at the time when I started to, you know, practice grounding and not being so much under control of my mind, and like, you know, after a little while, I understood how, because I feel as if I have less energy, but I don't think it's less energy. I'm just calmer in general, and I don't feel this sort of this anxious pull to be doing. And then I realized just how much I was running on my nervous system. I was just running on nervous system. I didn't have the energy really, like life force, you know, energy keeping me sustained. It was just nervous energy keeping me going all the time. So that was quite interesting. How now that I have sort of cleared it and calmed it down, I don't experience so much push anymore.
It's funny because I've got this, and I know I need to work on it, and I am working on it at the moment, almost like a fear of that if I stop and slow down, will I get started again? You know, and I did meditating. Actually, it was last night. I did stop last night, and I thought, right, I'm going to listen to a nice meditation. And I fell asleep because as soon as I go to relax, I am so tired that I fall asleep. And then I think I don't want to waste the evening. I can get stuff done. I don't want to waste it by being asleep. But I need to stop looking at napping as wasting time. I need to stop looking at it as I want to cram as much into my day and my evening as I possibly can, and I can't waste it by meditating or napping, because it's not wasted at all. It's really important to do. But I know I've got that little bit of fear of I don't want to stop because it's gonna take a lot of energy and motivation to get me started again when I'm like running on adrenaline. But actually you can't keep running on adrenaline all the time, because at some point it runs out, and then that's when you might get sick, you might feel run down. So it is something that it is a constant, you have to constantly bring your attention to self-care. It's not something that we have to form habits of doing it so that it becomes a regular part of your day, not just cramming in as much as possible and going to bed at night feeling exhausted.
Yeah. All very interesting stuff, because like I've also noticed that since now I like almost went the other way now. Maybe not completely, but since I calm myself down and I'm not so running on my nervous energy anymore, oh my gosh, sorry, I was just looking for a card and I lost my train of thought. But I almost, that's it. Now I worry that if I stop myself from doing too much because out of fear of not wanting to feel that nervousness anymore. Like, because now my body is more comfortable, there's not so much tension in it, because I was super tense, like all the time. And I was basically so uncomfortable in my body, like walking, sitting, I don't know, I could never relax. I was never comfortable doing anything, even, sitting, you'd think, comfortably on a sofa and chilling. I was never really fully chilled. So now it's almost like I'm scared to get excited about something and really into it, because I don't want to be like this again. So it's almost like it went the other way. But I don't know if that's just me thinking that way, or I'm just actually quite balanced. Like, I don't know, because I keep getting also one of the other messages, apart from the clarity that you had from the card, my other message that keeps popping up once in a while is still balance, to try and balance things out. I'm like, haven't I already?
What balance do you want me to have?
Yeah, what else am I balancing? I don't know, as you were talking about that fear of not finding the motivations if you rest too much, I thought I'll pull some cards. I don't know if they'll mean anything to you, because I kind of can't pick up on anything intuitively, to be honest, and they seem a little bit unrelated. But one came up, it says skills. It's time to learn some new skills, study a course or start a new hobby. But I'm guessing that's about you being able to release that fear, I would think. Skills. I definitely don't think it's start yet another course. No.
I'm definitely not being guided to do another course. My spirit guide was like, no more courses. You don't need to learn anything else. But
that's why I was like, I saw it. And I'm like, I don't know, should I be reading this out? And then birth. This is a time of new beginnings. Embrace the new life with open arms.
Well, there's a lot of things starting actually, so that does make sense. There's a lot of new things coming in. I've got new clients I'm working with. We have a new venture as well that we're working on and building nice and slowly. We're not rushing into it, which is good. So that resonates, and I think the learning a new skill could be learning the art of balance and self-care, and learning not to run on adrenaline. That's learning a new skill because I'm so used doing it. So, it doesn't have to be learning a skill by taking a course. I know obviously that's on the card, but it's learning those skills of self-management and energy management, managing our energy, not just cleansing it when we feel like, oh, I've got a blocked chakra, but actually managing our energy levels by downing tools, having a rest, because when you come back to stuff, you feel so much better about doing it, and you're not just getting stuff done just to get them done. You're actually taking some pleasure out of them and you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
And that's a skill that needs to be learned if you're used to just rushing through life at 100 miles an hour. It's a new habit that needs to be formed.
Yeah, exactly. So that is it.
I'll take another course. Nobody has ever said to me, Mel, you don't do enough courses.
No. I think that would be mother there. That means that they just don't know you at all.
Exactly. I do love a good course. I'm such a geek. It's kind of fun. You've got the same problem. Course addict.
Yes, but I have been managing it now.
Good.
Because, well, I have 2 going still that are quite big. Well, are they? They're not bigger than any other one, but I guess they're a little bit more of a focus for me. But I still have some unfinished courses on my Udemy that I started and I haven't. But yeah, I somehow feel a little bit more like, okay, I stopped now. I need to stop now.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I've got 2 courses that I've got 2 on the go as well. I've always got at least 1 course on the go, and one of them is about traversing past lives, and the other is remote viewing. So they're quite intense, and I don't intend to rush them. I'm just really enjoying dipping in and out when I feel like it. So yeah, I like having courses on the go, but I don't pressure myself to get through them unless there's a reason to it. I want to continue before I can do something. But when they're for the joy of doing them, I tend to take my time because I don't want them to end. I really enjoy working my way through them. Actually, I'm going to pop a link in the comments to my latest course, just in case anybody wants to take a look. Because I have a course on Udemy. Well, I've got 2. I just need to find the link first. So I've got my new shadow work course out on Udemy, which is a personal development tool, talking of personal development. And I have a course for working with crystals on Udemy as well. So I'm just going to grab the links. I need to remember to tell people that I've got them.
It's a good idea. I might post a link for my program that I just started, because there's still, it's still 1 week left for people to sign up.
When does it start, Kat? I thought it started.
No, it officially started today.
Okay. But people can still sign up.
Yeah, so this first week is just more an introductory, have a look around the group and get yourself familiar with it, and I'll say hello and all that. So that means that others can still join. Yeah, but then once that's gone, that week, and when I say week, I mean from Thursday to next Thursday. So by next week Thursday would be the very last day that I would get people in. That I would accept people, because they have to, because that's when it starts. Okay, well, I guess we might as well go, because it doesn't look like anyone else is gonna.
No, I thought it would be quiet because of the Easter break. I thought it might be a little bit quiet today. that's fine. Just want to check and see if that has gone into Facebook. I can't check.
So did you put the shadow work as well?
Yes, above the.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're both on there if anybody wants to take a look on Udemy and have a look at what those courses are all about. And then your link is underneath that one.
Mm-hmm.
Claim your wellbeing program. Fabulous.
Awesome. Okay. Well, bye everyone. If anyone watches that at all in future. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next week.